Welcome. This is Creatress, and we are back with another episode of There's Layers to This. This is a special edition episode live from ETH Denver. We are in a live, we have a live audience here in the recording studio. We're in the middle of ETH Denver 2024. I'm so excited to be here. I am your host, Creatress Sarai Mora. I am a 3D artist and, well, really a multidisciplinary artist. 3D sculpting in VR, performance. You know what I'm talking about. If you're following the show, you already know. So thank you for joining us. It's going to be a quick episode, but it's going to be fun. We're going to talk about our favorite things here in East Denver so far, and yeah, Valerie, thanks for being here.
This is exciting. Yeah, it's really great to be here. This is my 30th Denver, and it's just a pleasure to see Creatress live. I'm used to seeing her just the top half on our live stream. So this is a nice change, and I'm excited to talk with women here in just a little bit. But hello, everyone. My name is Valerie, aka V Dizzle. I'm a community builder. I love learning about the technology. I've been in this space since May of 2021. Got on with V Friends and went down a whole rabbit hole. But now what I do is I have a community meetup. We meet once a month called San Diego NFT Friends. If you're ever in town, please come by. And I have a company called Red Rug Edutainment where we do events around Web3 and educating people in an entertaining way. So, yeah, excited to be here. This is
Yeah,
fun.
we're usually just virtually speaking, so this is new and exciting for us.
Yes.
Welcome, Stacy, Woman NFT.
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here with y'all. My name is Woman. I am a crypto artist. I've been in this space since March of 2021, coming up on 3 years,
Wow.
which feels like 10.
It
I
really
know.
does.
Goes by so fast.
But yeah, just having a great time here at ETH Denver, vibing with everybody, just absorbing as much as I can, getting all this creative energy in one room. I just
Mm.
love the vibes.
It's a lot of creative energy. We've come up with
Yes.
so many ideas just like talking to each other, like organically.
Yes.
Mhm.
I love it.
Very
So,
inspirational. We actually just came from the art gallery. They have a nice area here at East Denver. Um, Women is actually featuring some of her art. I don't know if you want to talk about it. What
yeah,
pieces do you have?
Oh yeah, so I did a new piece that I'm coming out with. Actually, I haven't minted it yet.
Oh,
So yeah, it's gonna be
okay.
in a foundation world. I'm sworn to secrecy right now, but it's a new AI piece that I just came out with. It's a portrait, um, and we're gonna. It actually got selected to be in this world. It was just out of 5 artists that were selected.
Wow.
My piece was selected, so I'm excited to launch that soon. I've been doing a AI fashion glitch series that I just minted on Foundation. So yeah, I've just been really playing with the Mid Journey a lot lately, just creating like crazy, not minting everything, just
Mm,
trying to like hone in on work with the AI and get it to give me what I want, and it feels like we're in a sweet spot now, so I'm excited about that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
No, definitely check it out when it mints. You'll let us know, right? When it
Yeah,
drops.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
we got a little alpha on the show. We like to sprinkle a little alpha on the show, you
Yeah.
know.
yes, that's part of it. And also, woman, please join us on Twitter Spaces when it's time to drop it and
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
come
Yeah, I would
share
love
about it.
to. I would
Yeah,
love to. Yeah. Definitely.
absolutely.
You heard it here first. Look forward to that. Let's see. Now that we got intros out of the way,
Well, I was gonna say,
oh,
well, woman's not the only person who is showcasing at the event,
of
East
course.
Denver. We
Mhm.
had our very own creatress who also performed. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about what that was about? When was that? How was the experience?
Happy to. Thank you. So yeah, I got a really amazing opportunity to perform at the opening party of East Denver. It was called Buffy Corn's Dreamland, um, and I actually was fortunate enough to get support from the Nouns Amigos DAO, which is a Spanish-speaking sub DAO of Nouns, and they supported me. in my quest to come and perform. They approved my proposal. I got a grant to cover travel, and so yeah, I got a chance to come and perform for all these Denver attendees at the opening party on behalf of the Nouns Dao Amigos, and me being from Mexico, like that was really like special to me that the Spanish speaking community supported me in it. So
That's fantastic. No, I mean, I just love to see the representation in the Spanish community, Latin community, women, and I just feel like East Denver is always improving on that. Like, it's one of the very few Web3 conferences that I've been to that I feel like truly advocate and actually do their best to improve. And, even from last year, I went to East Denver last year, even with the art gallery. The NFT art gallery was really small, and I can
oh,
tell it's expanded a lot here. Like, they didn't have that whole section that we just saw, and so it's been great to see that.
yeah.
And so now they're having you too. So it's just getting bigger and better.
Yeah.
Better and better every year. Yeah, shout out to East Denver, and I'm looking forward to coming back and performing many more times. It was a really fun time. It was on this really fun light up dance floor. Over 100 screens in the venue had my
Wow.
art.
Big
Um,
deal.
it was really really cool. And for anyone who hasn't seen my performances before, just a quick, it's 3D sculpting, wearing a VR headset, and then what I'm doing, my process, every single step of the process is shown on a screen for the audience to see. And of course, there's dancing and music too. That's very important. It's about having fun and interpreting that fun into like a 3D form. So take a look at my socials if you are interested in seeing what these sculptures look like and what the performances look like. Creatress Art on all socials, you already know. And I will be minting the sculpture, and this is something I want to say. This was part of the proposal with Nouns DAO. This is going to be a free mint, so anyone will be able to collect the 3D sculpture that I made during the opening party. So look out for that.
Wow. Yay. That's exciting. Get to have a free mint. That's awesome. Yeah. Shout out to the nouns and everything
Yeah,
supporting people like Creatress.
love
Um,
you.
Also, wanted to ask, you said that the people were even coming up to you, right? It was like very interactive. Like, people were wanting their names in the art.
Yes. So at the beginning of the performance, I usually write the name of the event. Just write it out to kind of get my jitters out, and also just so people, like, we're here, this is the event we're at, give a shout out to the organizers, in written 3D form. All right. And so as soon as people started seeing that, they're like, wait, if she can write the event name, she could write my name. So I remember I had this one particular guy, his name was Pablo. He's like, hey, can you please write Pablo in it? But he asked me within the first like 5 minutes of the performance.
Oh.
And usually I actually do include people's names in my sculptures, but I usually do it kind of towards the middle of the performance, right? Like once I've like, kind of started to build the initial structure. And he asked me like 2 or 3 times, and I was like, I got you. Just let me
Let me
let
get
me
into
let me
it.
get
Let me
warmed
warm
up.
up.
Yeah, yeah. But and then once I did it for him, someone else was like, "Oh, get me in there. My name's this." And so it was like I'm in the middle of a dance floor. The DJ's right behind me. Everybody's dancing around, and I turned on the mixed reality at some point, so then people could see themselves on the screen, and then the 3D sculpture overlaid like in front of them. Valerie has experienced this, so she knows what I'm talking
So
about.
much
But
fun.
there will be videos so you guys can see what I'm talking about, because I know it's a little, it could sound a little woo woo almost. But anyway, it was super fun. I had a lot of my friends show up. We had Denver Donkey, Jeff Jag, Maximilian. She really helped me with tech support and all types of support for the performance. So shout out to Maximilian. Who else was there? Sky, Snapsid was there. Oh my god, I don't want to miss anybody. Make NFT was there. So many good friends, and I'm so sorry if I don't mention you, but there were so many people that came out, and it was like truly really special. And I'm just so grateful that I got the chance to do it. So yeah,
Wow. It sounds special. No, and if you know Creatrix, she always has an entourage. So that doesn't surprise me one bit. She had a whole fan base there. I mean, yeah, even walking around, she has a whole group that follows her
Oh my
around
gosh.
around the conference. So
We love each other so much. We
yeah,
want to walk around together. It's not just
no,
me.
no. It is fun when you're rolling deep in in a crowd, and
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
what I was saying yesterday. It was so fun just to like walk around and all the artists together just vibing. Like
yeah.
everybody could feel our energy. We were all dressed, all in our own elements, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was
It's
great.
it's like not only you're like doing the art, but you are wearing the
Right,
art. Like you're
expressing
the art.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have to give a shout out here to our new, designed, sweaters here for the show. This is our first time wearing them. There's layers to this: art, Web3, and toads.
Toads.
So we haven't really talked about toads, but let's mention it now. So
Yeah.
as you can see, there's a Cryptoad on our shirt. Cryptoads is a CCO project. That means you can right click save, and that's okay. So that's what we did. This is our mascot Lorenzo for our show. He's not even a mascot. He's more of an inspiration for the show. Um, there's layers to this. He is a tabby toad. So he's a toad, and the trait, his skin trait is tabby, meaning he's like a tabby cat. And
Like
what
Garfield.
like Garfield, and Garfield loves lasagna, which is why we talk about lasagna and food on the show. There's layers to this.
There's layers.
Anyway, just had to give that quick little shout out. Um, let's see. We don't have too much time. Oh,
I,
Valerie's got a question.
well, not a question. I was gonna say because since we're on the topic of like Lorenzo and Toads, we actually also have an ad that is going out for this show. There's layers to this. I saw it yesterday. I didn't see our ad, but I saw the truck. And I talked to Eric, and shout out to Eric, who is actually that's his truck that he owns. He
Oh,
put in a proposal for Ape DAO. They passed it, and that's what made it possible for communities who are part of Ape DAO, Ape Coin, and you got to put your ad up there for free. And so that's
wow.
what we did. We have an awesome ad with Lorenzo. We have a QR code you could scan, and it'll take you to our playlist on YouTube. But yeah, I'm super excited for that too. So he said he was there. He was like, I've been holding this camera capturing every loop for
Wow.
like over an hour, and he's like, I'm trying to do
Wow.
my best. So he's like, he's like, I can't make any promises, but hopefully I'll get yours. And I showed him what it
Yeah.
looks like. He's like, okay, I'm gonna keep a lookout for it. And so he'll send us the image, how it looks and everything. But the truck
Yeah.
is cool. It's this bright, beautiful, big screen, and I saw the nouns on there.
Mm.
All these different ads. It was cool.
That's really cool. And also, I just have to mention, it's not just if you're in one of the ape communities. Like anyone could have signed up. All you had to do is like send out a tweet, and that would give you a free spot, ad spot on their thing. So that's really, that's some nice utility for everybody. Um, one before we go into, I wanted to do a quick round of what's been your favorite event or moment, before we wrap up. But before we get into that, I think it's important that we give a shout out to our co-host, who is the original owner of Lorenzo and who came up with the whole concept of Lorenzo being a toad that likes lasagna, and then furthermore owns an Italian restaurant, right? So shout out to our co-host Tyler Culbertson.
Tyler.
We love you. We miss you. We wish you were here, and we can't wait to see you and talk to you on next Tuesday when we do a recap of East Denver.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, I'm gonna go to woman. What has been your favorite event? I know you've only been here since yesterday, but
Yes.
still, we did a lot.
Yeah, we did a lot.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I just got in yesterday afternoon, but I'd have to say probably my favorite event I went to was the Ordinals party.
Oh, oh
Yeah,
yeah. I was there.
I really liked the vibe there. It was more intimate. They had rented out this mansion, and there was art, there was music, there was drinks, like a lot of good people just vibing. The whole atmosphere there was really fun. That was my favorite event, but definitely my favorite vibes was at the house last night. We all kind of just came back. We're all staying together, a bunch of artists, and just did our thing. Creators performed for us. Laser Lou had his lasers up on the wall. Like it was such a vibe. Like we were smoking and hanging out, and I loved it. Yeah, just
Little
being all,
bit.
all together in the same area was so fun.
Can't believe you put us on the spot like that. We were smoking.
It's Denver. It's
They already
legal.
know.
Hello.
They already know.
You already know.
I advocate.
No. I think most of our viewers know that I do like to partake in the holy sacrament of cannabis. So, no shame, no shame. Valerie, what about you? What's been your favorite event or moment so far?
Yeah, so I also got in yesterday, probably like around 7, and by the time it was out, it was already for like the after parties. It was time for the after parties, and I tried going to the ordinal event. There was already a line; they were at capacity, so I got to meet someone who is great, who's like building. He actually works alongside Vitalik, and he was telling me about
Wow.
Edge City. Like, there's a whole collective. Look it up. Look it up. It's a whole thing. Look up Edge City. Um, but yeah, I think that was like also the fun part was that even though like I wasn't able to get into those events because they were at capacity, but just meeting new people, fresh faces, and just being yourself and hearing what they're doing and how they're building it's just so inspiring to me. So that was probably like my little warm up and felt good about that, but got into the base party, and I finessed a little bit. I Alchemy is one of the sponsors, and so I just kind of was like, hey, I'm part of Alchemy. I'm sponsoring this event, and they're like, oh, okay. And it was not a total lie. It's not a total lie.
I should have used that.
Alpha.
It's not a total lie because I did do the boot camp with Alchemy. I'm one of the early users of Alchemy, so I felt good saying it. I was like, I'm part of this,
That's
So.
amazing. The line at that event, I tried to go. I went, and it looked like there were 500 people in line.
Oh my God,
I-
probably even more. It wrapped around the building, and it wasn't
yeah.
just one line; it was on both sides.
2 lines.
2 lines around the building. It was pretty wild, but it seemed like they kept it pretty controlled. Like, even though there was a lot of people online inside the actual venue, it was easy to breathe,
Oh,
talk,
good.
and hang out. So, if you made it in, it was cool. They had good music. I got to see Cray Train, so shout out to Cray Train.
Love
We
you.
love her. So got to see that. Got to see some of my Oni Force community. Bobby, shout out to Bobby. Shout out to Way. Way was not there. Sorry, it was William T. William T. is part of the ownership group that acquired Oni Force. So shout out to Oni. It's my Oni here.
Hey.
But yeah, that was fun. It was a good time, and me and Keegan, we were celebrating our 9-year anniversary. So.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah,
That's so cool. Well, I'm glad. And you guys did stop by the house at the end
we did.
and say hi, so that was really nice. I honestly, I've been listening to you guys and I've been thinking about mine. Let's see. I think I'll say like the after party that we had last night, if we can even call it an after party. We all just were like, all right, we're done with the events. We couldn't get in some places. Let's just hang out the house. Like, I think that was really cool because like everybody was playing music and kind of taking turns playing music. Some people were. One person passed out, got it hard, but it was really cool. He had sunglasses on, so you couldn't really tell. It was fun. Yeah, just having everybody there, vibing, hanging out, smoking, like women mentioned, not drinking. I don't drink, but it was nice. It was nice just hanging out late night, talking about all the things we saw and all the people we saw, and talking about the art we're working on and we're gonna make. Like, that was an event to me. And then the fact that I got to like do a little performance for everybody, like a private, really intimate thing. Everyone who was there, their name went in there. Woman, I'm gonna have to add you in. I'm also gonna add in Geek Myth because he wasn't there physically either. You were there physically. You were just upstairs.
Yeah.
You were hovering above
I had
us.
an early night.
Yeah, because I was like, I went to the Airbnb.
Yeah,
and I didn't see
no,
you. I didn't meet
I
you
had
yet.
I had it upstairs early. It was a long day for me traveling and everything.
Sure.
So
Sleeping Beauty. It's all
Yeah.
right. We'll allow it. We'll allow it.
Yeah,
Well,
We
one
know how it
night.
goes.
I'll make it up for it tonight.
All right.
Okay.
I'll
Hold you
I'll
accountable
check
to
in and
that.
see if
Yeah.
that really turns out because I am flying out
Yeah.
today actually, and I'm very sad, but I'm also I'm very happy with the experience that I did get to have here the past couple days. I couldn't ask for anything more. I felt so much love everywhere I went, and just want to say thank you for that to everybody.
Yeah, thank you. It's been special, and yeah, I'm so glad I came to the event. And I wasn't sure. It's like after the new year and everything, you look at your calendar and you're like, what are you gonna go to? What events make sense financially? Is it gonna be worth it? And
Right.
already, I haven't. This is technically day two, but I've already gotten so much value out of it, just connecting and the experience. It really is. It's almost undescribable. You just got to be here. So definitely recommend it. Thank you to ETH Denver for sure, and also providing the podcast studio. This is their second year providing it. They have the tables, the lighting, the microphones, the headphones. It's all them. Really, it's just got to bring yourself. So also shout out to them. So it's pretty cool what they do for the community entirely free. So
Yeah. No, I agree. This is like one of the best value adds of any conference that I've been to. This is my third time recording here in the studio this this week, so I'm super grateful. And one other thing I want to mention before we go is something really personal to me that a lot of people don't know. The first time I came to East Denver was in 2022, and it was a bit of a last minute decision. I got a chance to perform, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna sell this NFT that I got that went up in price, and I'm gonna make go and do it. And I did, and I'm really glad I did. However, while I was here, my great grandfather Adolfo actually passed away, and that was deeply impacting for me, and made me think like, did I just choose art over going and visiting my grandfather? And I've been carrying that for a while, and that's the reason why I didn't come last year, because I felt that first year I wasn't really very properly supported in coming to perform. Like I wasn't paid. I'm like out of my own pocket. Let's just go last minute, and that was a lesson to me that I need to have contracts in place ahead of time and like be truly valued for my time before I do anything. Because anytime you do something, you're missing out on something else. So I didn't come back to East Denver last year because I didn't secure any of these performance opportunities like I told myself I would. I said, unless I have this, this, and this, I will not come back. And so I abstained last year, but this year, like I mentioned, I got that support. And so for me, this is like a really kind of like redeeming year. And I don't want to cry, so I'm just going to pass it over to you to say your closing thoughts.
oh my god, I'm like already getting teared out. No, thanks for sharing that. And it's always hard when you have a loved one pass away, but there's always also like something beautiful that comes from it. And it just sounds like it made you become more aware, like, hey, because life is so short, time is so valuable. Like, what what does it take to get you to where you need to go? And it's so important to be supported, even financially, right? I mean, it's like, yeah, we're in Web 3, but I think that is kind of the thing that like we want to change, right? That's in like Web 2, where it's just like people providing value for free and not getting compensated the right way. And I think shout out to the both of you too, just like trying to advocate for yourself and knowing your worth, your value. Because it is kind of easy in Web 3 to just like, all right, I'll just be a part of it, and then you don't really get much from it. They get a lot more. They extract value from you. So
The whole exposure trap.
yeah,
I'll just do this for exposure. Well, you're really
exactly.
selling somebody else's product when you're doing that.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know,
Yeah.
sounds great that, kind of shifted your mindset there. That's
Yeah.
really important. And
Shout
hey,
out to you for getting paid to do that. That's huge in this industry.
It really comes down, I think, to like self worth and just like
Yes.
valuing your time. Like that was such a hard lesson for me to learn. But like that, like I remember there, then and there, I was like, oh, like I need to be so much more careful with my time and where I give it. And yeah, and honestly, I feel like all the time I spent here this year has been completely like worth it. And I'm so glad that we
That's
got
great.
to meet and be here. And yeah, this is like my comeback year, you know. And I feel like my grandpa would be proud, and that's why I wanted to mention
Hell
him,
Yes.
yeah.
because like
Yes.
you know it took that for me to come to this realization, and I know he's up there
Yeah.
cheering me on. So anyway, with that, woman, any closing thoughts, and where can people find you if they
Yeah.
want to follow
So
up and
on
buy your
all,
art?
sure, all the socials, Woman NFT. I got my link tree in there. All the foundation, Maker's Place, objects. I pretty much mint on all the blockchains I can get my hands on. So yeah, find me at Woman NFT. And thank you all for having me on. Really,
Yeah.
this has been a
Loved
joy.
it. We loved having
Yeah.
you. Yeah, thank you so
Closing
much
thoughts.
for joining us on this episode. I'm gonna let Valerie have the last word, but I just gotta say thank you for joining us on the third special edition of There's Layers to This from live from East Denver.
Yeah, coming to you live from East Denver. No, this is great. Thank you so much. So glad we were able to pull this off. This was really last minute. I mean, honestly, we tried to get this ahead of time, but these spots filled up.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they have this again next year, make sure you get signed up early. And it's a great opportunity. So excited to be here the third year in a row. Thank you to Woman. Thank you, Creatress. And also shout out to Keegan. Keegan is not here right now. He's still back at the hotel, I think, sleeping. But he's definitely supported us in the show and got these done.
Did he
Yeah,
sponsor these?
he did sponsor them.
Shout out to our sponsor Keegan from Token
Keegan,
Talk for the
Token
new
Talk,
fits.
10 KTF teaching Tuesdays at 6:15 p.m. Pacific, and also catch our show. So yeah, every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific, there's layers to this with myself, Creatress, and Tyler, and we may have a guest. So yeah, thank you everybody. Take care. We'll see you next time.
Aloha.